I welcome again to Island of in Sports. Today is a Munro invasion. We are up here at Malvern in St. Elizabeth. The last time we spoke to Kemar Ricketts, we spoke to him from a different location. I think immediately after that, he took over the program here, the senior program, the DaCosta Cup program at Munro College. Mr. Ricketts, welcome, Coach Ricketts.
Wonderful,
Wonderful.
wonderful.
How is it here at Munro, man? You leave from the flat to and come up on the hill? What was it?
It has been a wonderful experience. I mean, it's everything I always wish for in a coaching job.
Coach, um, what kind of year you have here at Manu? You describe it for me.
It's been a wonderful year. Came in January. Started the work from then in terms of the off season. We saturated the squad the moment I came in. So we started out by trying to construct a new squad with a new identity. I think we would have achieved that to about at maybe 70-80%. We have achieved that. There's still some more work to be done, but it has been a wonderful experience, wonderful year, record breaking year. What can be said?
For the past 5 years following Manu football, which I did, I think this is probably the best year within the 5 year period that
I think it's
followed.
spanned 15 years.
Span 15 years.
15 years. It's 15 years since Munro
Mhm.
ended the first round on top of the zone.
Right.
It's 17 years since they have been to the quarterfinal.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of years. I can
A
go
lot
on
of
and
years.
on.
Tell me about the years with Cornwall now. Because there's something special between Cornwall and Monroe. But you have gotten better of Cornwall this year.
Yeah, and it started from the preseason.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that Munro and Cornwall has a trophy that they
Play
play
for, yeah.
every
Every-
end of the preseason. That's the final game for both teams.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Jackson Shield, Jackson Cup, and we would have won it the first in many years.
Yeah.
I think it's over 20 years. We would have won that trophy, and then we met in the competition again
Yes.
in the round of 16,
16.
and that was I think 46 years since Munro would have beaten Cornwall. We broke
Yes,
that
there
mistake.
was something behind it there, and there's something.
The last time they met is 24 years ago, where Cornwall, 22 years ago, where Cornwall beat Munro in the final.
Coach, I'm gonna ask you the tough question. Jamaica want to know, the world want to know. Monroe College, I'm standing here and I'm looking down at the field behind you. You haven't lost on that field. That field is your field. When someone come at Malvern, they have to be very careful when you play Monroe. Coach, what happened when you go down on the flat? You tell me. Explain to me.
I think that really came from our preparation. We normally, in my previous jobs, we try to balance how much away games and home games that we play in the preseason, so it crosses over into the actual season.
Mm-hmm.
For this season, while we had a successful camp in Kingston, we were set back 2 weeks in our preparation by the storm Beryl.
Beryl,
Because
yes.
that would have came around July 3rd. So it set us back around the 14th.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to Kingston, camping in Kingston at UWI, to be specific. And all of that was just walk into the field and play.
Mm-hmm.
When we returned to Malvern, it was all home games that we played because the pitch was just about ready. We were trying to feel out the pitch to get used to it and stuff because it's a brand new surface that we have here. So we did not travel a lot. We only traveled one game to William Nib. That was it. So we kind of had it in us. And then there's other things that we can think about. I mean, the climate here is very cold. So now I'm trying to understand the fact of climatization and how we can adjust now into the future of having a balance in away games and home games.
All games. You have any disappointment for the season? Something where a match where you're really disappointed in?
I mean, there's a few that I could point out. I'm a realist, so whenever I think we have downfalls, I look back and I'll take the blame no matter what because I think we're in charge, so we must be responsible for all the results. There are a couple of games. I mean, maybe the Garvey game we considered one too many. I think we didn't assert ourselves properly in that game, and that game ended up costing us goal difference of not being into the semi-final.
Again,
re me, and
Yeah.
there's a story behind that.
Great, yeah.
And then the OCRS game, I just think we should have won that game here. If we had won our 2 home game and even lost 2 Garvey away, we would have been in the semi-final. The competition had set back because of the rain, and then we had a viral illness before the OCRS game. So different factors. But all in all, I think the guys and ourselves could have done a little bit more in terms of securing semi-final spot.
Um, Munro is a team to be targeted now. You are here. You're a targeted coach. So people gonna come at you, right? How is it? Because I know sometimes it's a 3 year span coaches have. Do you think you can bring a trophy here at Munro, whether it's Ben Francis, the DaCosta Cup champion?
I mean, most definitely. I chose Munro because Munro's ambition and my ambition would have been the same in terms of a legacy and trophies and all of that. And that's it. I really don't focus on the guys around me. I really just focus on the job that we need to do and how we can improve, how I can improve, how my staff can improve, how the players can improve. That's what we're really focusing on.
How was it between you and Steph this year? I have to ask you that.
I mean, it was two good games. They won the second leg. Again, we had qualified, and I think the boys could have done way better in that game, right? But again, we take total responsibility. We have not been good in front of the screen because that was a live game in the second leg. First leg here, we started off slow, but we got into the game. Should have won the game, but that's football. You know what I mean? That's football. It's on the day.
Coach, I for one believe that the format that Issa is using may be wrong, and I want to hear your opinion on this now. I believe that Munro and other schools play too many home matches. One, because you won your zone. You win, so therefore you get your home game. I'm asking you, do you think the home game affect you in the end? Being up here and then travel out for 3 or 4 games?
No. All right. So if we look on the world stage, this is done all over the world. You have to. I think Mr. Kemar can tell you about a rainy, cold evening at Stoke. You know, or one of those teams. Everybody have their own advantage. We talk about the international where Jamaica plays Mexico, and you go down there, and it's beneath, or you go down to Australia. So everybody have their own advantage and their unique way of how they can use their advantage. Here we have ours. We know when a team comes here, it's cold, it's foggy, it's hard for them to adjust because they are used to another climate. So we want to play to our strengths. And the Easter schedule, I like the format, and not because remember if Munro weren't there, another team was there, it would have been the same. Because I think if you're top your zone, then you should have some kind of advantage going into the other zones. So you can't be the top of your zone and a team came last or third and have the same preference as you. That's my take on it. So I don't have a problem with the Easter format. These would have been preset months before the competition starts. They have a booklet that they hand out in the preseason, and everything is in that booklet. And if you win your zone, you're going to have home games. So what we want to promote, and what I would want to promote, and I think we are doing it, is each team trying their best to fix up or to improve their home fields, so they too can have home games, and they won't have to be playing at neutral venues or traveling so much.
All right, so let me tell you what I understand reading. I understand that coaches voted for this, where just as you said, where the winners of the zone are so the round get the advantage of playing 2 home games.
I don't think it's coaches though. I think it's principals.
Principals.
It's not coaches.
Oh,
I've been to 99% of the meetings.
So what?
It wouldn't have been. I think maybe that came from. I'm not 100% sure where that came from, but I think ISA has a competition organizer,
Right.
and they do all of that. It has nothing to do with the president or anybody. They have a specific department that handles all of those. That's my knowledge of.
Then why schools are crying now that hey, this may be unfair?
Yeah, because throughout the season, I mean, people are maybe not having the season of how they want it to go, and they're looking at other aspects. But at the end of the day, we just want football to play. You know what I mean?
And how you say for next year? How is it for next year?
I mean, we keep working, we keep building.
You're losing what? 4, 5, 6, 7?
We'll be retaining 80% of the team. We're losing 20% of the team.
You're losing 20%.
That's a mixture of starting players. I think within the starting squad, we'll be losing about 3 to 4 players. But we're good. The work is happening. You see the under 14, you see the under 16, the senior team. So we'll keep working.
All the support from school, I know the Munro old boys, all the support there.
Support has been wonderful. I mean, we still invite more support because to run a sustainable program, it takes a lot of finances and resources to really run a successful program. So we will always support will never be enough. Because remember, what you're getting is always more than what you have.
Mm.
So we still in back, but it has been a wonderful feeling. The school, the staff, the old boys has been wonderful in their support. Mr. Murray is at the center of all of that. Mr. Casey Murray, Courtney Murray, and Dr. Stokes, and they are really the center. But there's a lot more that is behind it, and behind me and our success, and we want to build on it.
You have a fair success this year, and no one can go around that. Do you think that the pressure will come? Do you think that pressure will come on you, coach? You were at a particular school where it was most relaxing. They weren't that demanding. Munro is demanding now. They are saying that we need something. Do you think that pressure gonna come?
I've never felt that pressure, and I've never felt that from my superiors or anybody around me. It's all about laying the proper foundation, and then we'll achieve success in the near future. For us, maybe our objectives are a bit different from others, right? But I won't even go deep into the objectives. But one of them was to get to the quarterfinal, and then we see what goes from there, and we have achieved that, right? We're on a new path, and every new path you'll have speed bumps, you'll have other hurdles that you must jump. And so far we have been doing that, maneuver that, and what we want is to really create the philosophy from youth program right up, and it will be good.
You mentioned quarterfinals. I don't know if you were aware, but it was one of the hardest results to get between Munro and Central. I call everyone and we could not get that result. Do you realize that you missed out by at least a goal?
Yeah, man. That's why I said in the Garvey Marseille game, I think we conceded one too many. Because if we had maybe lost that game 1-0 or even draw the game and came back on one and didn't concede versus Central, then we would have given ourselves a better chance. The unique thing about that Central game is that we did that. We won 3-1 playing with 10 players.
Oh, 10 players. Okay.
So we came from 1-0 down to win. We came from 1-0 lead to 1-1 to go on to win the game with 10 man.
10 minutes. There's a player that name was keep calling Orin. Orin. Tell me about Orin. Orin?
Or Antoine?
Antoine, sorry, the striker.
Antoine Smith.
Yeah.
Antoine.
Yeah.
Wonderful player. For his season that he spent with us, his first season that he has spent with us. He would have done 3 previous seasons with Stets. But he had played in different positions, and he came here, he scored 17 goals. He's an extraordinary youngster. He has a different drive, and I think he'll do well in the near future.
Near future. And people can look out for Munro. Munro will be in there looking.
It's what we want. It's what we're about. I think the mindset has shifted in terms of our ambition and within the school. Because if you walk around, if you're here in the evening, you see that football plays 24/7. We have some paddock courts. We have some other areas that these youngsters just want to play football. So I think once we shift the mindset and the culture, we already have the academics part of it. Because the school is very excellent academically. So what we're trying to do is to find the balance between the academics and the sports, and then we tie that in. This year on my DaCosta Cup team, I had over 100 subjects.
Yeah.
On the pitch.
Yeah.
If we can go, we can go with the right back had 12, the left back had 12, the centre back had 13 or 14 subjects. That's between CXC and CSEC. The wingers had 7, my strikers had 7 each, and so it's a lot of subjects within the team. So the academics is there. What we want to know is the balance, the football aspect and the mentality of, okay, we can go there and achieve things by just having this foundation and building on it.
How's their youth program? To be successful at the under 19 level, your youth program should be coming through. How is Munro youth program?
It's great. We have an excellent coach down there that is piloting that program. Mr. Marlon Hilton. He's actually a coach educator, and he's previously from Port Antonio. They're also in the quarterfinal round, so all teams would have made it to the quarterfinal. They have won their first quarterfinal game. The under 16 have won their first quarterfinal game versus Mannings 2 days ago, 2-1. The under 14 lost. If the under 14 go on to win their next 2 games, they'll be in the semi-final. I think the under 16 need to win and draw the other game, and then they're there.
Coach Ricketts, any final words that you want to say? Talk to the Munro family or anything?
I'll just say thank you to all my supporters. It has been a wonderful year so far. It's not even a year yet. We have achieved so much. We continue to work. My ambition is to bring and leave trophies here, right? We have the right personnel around us, so we just want to continue to build on that.
Thank you very much, Coach Ricketts. Thank you for the introduction here to at Munro College. Actually, you're looking at the field behind. It's a spectacle. Trust me, it's wonderful. It does the view here from here. We are here at Malvern, Munro. Trust me, in St. Elizabeth. I lost nearly 5 times reaching here, but I still reach. Right?
This is just a start.
Coach Ricketts, as I said, thank you very much.
Yeah, man.
This will be seen on Island Up in Sports. All viewers, remember to like, share, subscribe.
Respect.